This is Blazers All Access, an inside look at UAB basketball with head coach Andy Kennedy. Blazers All Access is presented by Viva Health, part of the UAB health system, and by Mountain Dew. Do the do. Here's the voice of the Blazers, David Crane.
UAB made it 6 straight wins with a sweep of UTEP last weekend here in Birmingham. Now the Green and Gold pay a visit to Ruston for a showdown this weekend with Louisiana Tech. We welcome you to Blazers All Access with head coach Andy Kennedy. I'm David Crane. Coach, game 1 on Friday featured an unbelievable defensive performance by your squad.
You know, defense has been what's carried us through this season. Offensively, we've been inconsistent at times, but defensively, we've been solid all year. It really starts with Trey Jemison anchoring us in the back. We changed our looks. We turn people over, and we keep them out of rhythm. Basketball's the ultimate game of rhythm. Establish yours, disrupt theirs, and we've been pretty disruptive.
Quan Jackson was your offensive leader in that game. 18 points, and he took a team-high 13 shot attempts on Friday night.
I like to see Quan back. We changed his knee brace. You know, he's to the point now where he didn't need as much structure on his leg as it related to restricting some of his movements. So he graduated to a lighter brace, and I think his game showed that. He looked like the old Quan with a lot of his movements. Was good for us offensively, and boy, did we need it on Friday.
You mentioned Trey Jemison. He was a force for you again. 14 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 big block shots.
I thought it was the best he's played, and he's been very consistent for us throughout the course of the season. When he anchors us offensively as well as defensively like he did Friday night, Trey Jemison's got a chance to be an all-league player.
Blazers held the Miners to just under 34% shooting and able to grind out a 63-51 win.
Off the screen. Whip it underneath to Trey Jemison, who lost it going up, got it back, and he'll lay it in for 2. Top of the wheel to Nicholson, feeds in the lane to Jemison, right hand hook, shot up and good. He'll dribble, he'll work into the lane, he'll float it up with the left hand, rims out, and then flushed home. Jackson's got it down the right of the lane, he'll get to the bucket and lay it up and in. Toward the foul line, bounces to Jemison, he blows past the defender and lays it up and in. Benjamin pushes quickly into the front court. Right of the lane, he'll stop, free throw line with the left hand, an air ball. Jemison the rebound, he'll pivot, he'll lay it up and in. Working against Ertle, gives to Williams, knocked away from behind, stolen by Quan Jackson, the breakaway two-hand slam. Trey spins baseline, muscles up, a layup and gets it to go. Left baseline, Nicholson cut off, finds a cutting Taven Levin, who throws it down with the right hand. Double team comes, he'll work to the baseline, bounce it in the lane to Jackson for the lay-in. Flips it right of lane, Ertle into the lane, fall away 12-footer, good. Circles, he'll shovel it to Ertle, right baseline, 15-footer, got it.
The highlights are brought to you by Viva Health.
You weren't thinking about a Medicare plan back then, but at Viva Medicare, it's been on our mind for a long time. And we know a thing or two about making Medicare easy. That's why our plans have $0 copays for primary care physician visits. So when the time comes to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that focuses on the things you're passionate about, we'll be here for you. Viva Medicare. Enjoy life without the worry. Learn more at vivahealth.com/Medicare.
Legacy is what you do every day. We try not only to help people with their financial legacies, we hope that we enrich their lives and help them become better people so that that total package, at the end of the day, is something they can be proud of. We help them craft their legacy.
The story was a little different on Saturday. Both teams were better on offense in the first half. UTEP held a 2-point lead at intermission, Coach, after knocking down 7 3-pointers in that first half.
They got a great boost off their bench. And number 12, I'm not going to slander his last name, but a young man that I'd actually tried to recruit out of high school. He ends up going to Georgia Tech when I was at Ole Miss, and then he's transferred his way back. He's a cousin of Tobias on our team. Those guys could have great shootouts, by the way. But that kid was incredible, man, knocking down big threes. We struggled some offensively in the first half. I know that's a surprise. But we found our rhythm in the second half in a way that really gave me hope for this team moving forward.
Yeah, second half really was a different story. UAB shot 62% overall, 83% from three-point range, and you totally stymied the Miners. UTEP shot 30% after the break. What was the biggest difference?
Well, I think we really did a good job of keeping them off balance. We finally got out to the shooters. We did a good job with Bryson Williams, who hurt us in game one with his ability to score close to the basket. And then when you make shots, I thought our energy level was outstanding. Saturdays have been problematic. These back-to-backs are not easy. And Saturdays have been problematic for us from an energy standpoint. But boy, when you make shots, you seem to play with a little more pep in your step. That was certainly the case for us in the second half.
We'll talk about Mike Ertle a little bit later on. But Jaylen Benjamin, your co-leading scorer, 19 points in just 25 minutes.
Jaylen was just doing Jaylen. You know, we challenge these guys each and every day. Be the best version of yourself. And Jaylen Benjamin's a shot maker. He's struggled from three, as has Mike, in conference play. We continue to try to put them in positions where they can be best versions of themselves. Jaylen responded, knocked down some big shots, gave us momentum. We kept our foot on the gas and finished the game in a great way.
Blazers used a couple of good runs in the second half to pull away from UTEP. 75-60 the final as the Blazers recorded another weekend sweep.
Vuličić into the lineup. First action of the weekend for UTEP. Jackson, right baseline, his 15-foot jumper up and in. Benjamin, top of the circle, crossover dribble, right elbow jumper, up and good. To Scott Grayson, now Benjamin, top of the wheel, into the front court, launches an NBA three and hits it. Benjamin off a high screen, finds Jackson near side. Left of the lane, Nicholson to the left baseline. Little fall away 10-footer, good. Mike dribbles right to the foul line. Free throw line jumper, up and good. Right wing, Scott Grayson bounces. On the right baseline, Jemison muscles his way to the bucket in the reverse lay-in with 8 to shoot. Feeds it near side to Jackson. He's going to launch a three and hit it. Taven holds, slides right, goes left. Feeds it left corner, Jackson. Fake, steps in, off balance two. Up and good, and a foul. Into the paint, no good. Fight for the rebound. Coming out of the pile, here's Jackson turning, heading up the floor. Shovels it ahead to Benjamin. Catch and shoot three. Got it! Give it up to Ertle. Around now to Scott Grayson. Back to Mike. Far side, Jackson in the corner for a three. Yes! Ertle's got it, drifting right. Cuts back left. Far side, down the lane, he'll lay it up and in. Far side, he'll bounce it out to Tyreek, into the lane, underneath to Nicholson for the two-hand slam. Back up top to Nicholson, far side to Benjamin. Jaylen thinks about it, now pulls the trigger on a three, and he hits another one.
The highlights are brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Legacy is what you do every day. We try not only to help people with their financial legacies, we hope that we enrich their lives and help them become better people so that that total package, at the end of the day, is something they can be proud of. We help them craft their legacy.
This segment of Blazers All Access is sponsored by Regions Bank.
Blazers 16-2 overall, 9-1 in Conference USA, still atop the West Division and the best record overall in Conference USA. Time to check the Children's of Alabama stats for the two games against UTEP. Blazers 48% shooting from the field, 39% from three. A bit of a struggle at the foul line last weekend, 64%. But you win the battle of the boards fairly convincingly, Coach. 9 assists against just 10.5 turnovers a game. You come up with 6 steals on average in the two games, and it was your best shooting weekend of the conference season so far.
That's really the next way for us to continue to improve. We have struggled offensively when we don't shoot it well, most especially from three. We've struggled a little bit from the free throw line in league play, which is uncharacteristic. Kasim's had some yips, and Quan has had issues with it all season. But collectively, we've been solid in the paint. We've been solid at finishing around the basket. Making free throws is huge. And when we can knock down three-pointers like we did over the weekend, again, it tells me that this team still has growth.
Quan Jackson, your second leading scorer in the series. He averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds. Jaylen Benjamin, 12.5 per game. Trey Jemison, 10.5. and 8 rebounds. You had sort of the four-headed monster going for you this weekend.
I think we've had 8 different guys scoring double figures throughout the course of this season. We've had 9 guys that I would think that would be voted game MVP. So we're continuing to get contributions from a number of different people. 2 weeks ago, it was Taven Lovin and Tyreek Scott Grayson. Trey Jemison has been solid. Great to get Quan back and scoring at his normal rate. Mike Ertle, Jaylen Benjamin, they combined for 38 big points for us on Saturday. So again, this team's got some options. We've just got to continue to improve while winning. That's what a coach wants to hear.
And we did decide that Mike Ertle was the difference maker of the weekend for you. He averaged 16.5 points a game. He shot 52% from the floor, and he went 8 out of 10 from the foul line.
I thought Mike did a great job of taking what the game gave him. His mid-range game has been his strength to this point, but I thought he did a great job of playing through contact, keeping his dribble aggressive, and finishing in close.
And good to see him have a good Saturday.
Absolutely. You know, he struggled. The back-to-backs take a lot out of him. He is a marked man. When you're at the top of the scoring column for your team, you understand you're going to get the opponent's best shot night in, night out. Mike's had a hard time with the bounce back. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come.
This segment of Blazers All Access is sponsored by Regions Bank.
Home. Home is where your story starts, where your history is, where you leave your mark because it leaves its mark on you. You protect it because if you don't have pride in your home, what you even got? So lace up, stand up, cheer from the stands, cheer from the streets, cheer with your sisters and your brothers. Wear it, wave it, join the band because this is your home's team. Home goes with you wherever you are. And here, we go together.
This segment of Blazers All Access is sponsored by Legacy Credit Union.
UAB and Louisiana Tech this weekend down in Ruston. The Bulldogs split 2 tough games at North Texas last weekend. Eric Conkle's team sits at 15-6 overall, 8-4 in Conference USA, but coach, all 4 of their league losses have been by single digits.
Yeah, they're a good basketball team. Eric's done a tremendous job in his time in Ruston, and this team is no exception. They never beat themselves, very fundamentally sound, and they're a lot like us. They're balanced offensively. They're really not dependent on one particular person. They've got good perimeter shooters. They've got really steady point guard play, and I love the young freshman inside Lofton. He's a guy that when he gets the ball, he finds a way to put it in the basket. So they present a number of challenges.
The stat sheets do look very similar. They've got 4 guys scoring in double digits, but nobody in the top 20 in Conference USA. They like that balance, don't they?
They do. I mean, their MO is a lot like us. Score early, score late. They've had a lot of success in the open floor because they've got speed in the open floor. They've got a number of different athletes that can hurt you in a number of different ways.
Both teams in the top 5 in a lot of categories in Conference USA, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. Who's going to be able to execute the best in half court? Neither team really surrenders a lot of easy points. We're going to have to continue to work on half court execution. Great sign coming off the weekend sweep over UTEP where I thought we were at our best in the half court.
And they have managed to maintain a home court advantage. They have gone 10-1 this year at the Thomas Assembly Center.
You know what? I'm excited to see some fans. In scouting them and watching, they have limited capacity like we do, but I see a lot of fans there. And, you know, we haven't really had that much this season. It's been somewhat generic when we go on the road, so I'm excited to have some energy in the building, and I know our guys will be looking forward to the challenge.
Tip time, 6:30 on Friday, 3 o'clock on Saturday. Both games available on Stadium and, of course, on the Blazer Sports Network. Good luck this weekend against the Bulldogs.
Thank you, David.
For head coach Andy Kennedy, I'm David Crane. We thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time right here on Blazers All Access.
Blazers All Access has been presented by Mountain Dew, Do the Do, and by Viva Health, part of the UAB health system. This has been a presentation of the Blazer Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.